Benvenuto a tutti. Welcome to Epic Genealogy. I'm Mark, and I've got 4 big tips to help you find your family and fill in your family tree all for free. Yeah, the paid services are good. They're really good. But free works pretty damn well, too, as we're going to see. And before we get into it, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Got a ton more videos coming. We've only just started here at Epic Genealogy. And definitely like the video if you get some value out of it. And leave a comment and let me know what you're working on genealogy-wise. And if you have there's a question or something that you have that you want me to address on the show, then just let me know there in the comments. But without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1, Family Search. FamilySearch.org is totally free. And there's not, the only drawback I think to Family Search is there's 2. You don't get nearly as many records, or you don't get quite as many records as you will on a paid service, but you get quite a few. There's hundreds of millions of records available for free. A lot of them are searchable, some are not, as we'll see, but if you have some general idea of where your research is going, then it's really not that big a deal. The other drawback is, unlike Ancestry, Family Search is one big tree. And so other people could edit it, and that is an issue. But hey, it's free, and so you can take a lot of that stuff, and you can also always just import it into a free service, a paid service, where only you can edit it. So let's get right into this. I'm just going to go real quick how easy it is to add things here and add your family on Family Search. You could very easily, if you want to add a child, you get this window anytime you're going to add somebody. It says add child, just so you know what you're doing there. The Peter Randazzo, and mother is Ninfa Pecoraro. He's Mie Bisnono. And Bisnona, my Bisnoni. My great-grandparents, they were Sicilian immigrants from Gardini, Sicilia, and immigrated between 1906 and 1910. And so, if we're going to add kids here, I'm just to demonstrate, like, my grandfather, mio nonno, Salvador Randazzo, I could have plugged that in, and male, and then plugged in the information. And when you hit next, it'll start to add it, but it'll show whether, ask if there are any duplicates. But I already have them in there, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, your deceased ancestor may already be in family tree. If you hit next, it'll give you possible duplicates. Obviously, this is not, but I'm not adding that. I'm canceling out the whole thing. So, free stuff, which is what we're here for. If we go to sources, we do have the 1903 marriage record, which I have pulled up right here. You could easily just hit attach to family tree and attach that. But let's take a moment and see if we can get her baptism record in there. And so we've got DHA Octobre 1880. So we're going to look that up. Look at these records we got over. These church records are some of the best in Europe. So we want the DHA Octobre 1880. We're going to go over here. We're going to pull this up. We're going to estimate, let's say 59. And let's see what that brings up here. We'll blow this up right over there. There we go. Let's see. Can we get that even bigger? Look at it. Look at this beautiful record over here. Ninfa Pecoraro. Of course, this is a church record at the time in 1880. It was all in Latin. But, so you get the Latin spelling of Ninfa. Ninfa Pecoraro. Her father is Salvador Pecoraro and Caterina Balsamo. So this is the record here. It says 11 Octobre. So if we go down here. Whoa, we got it. It's, they're usually baptized the same day or within a day at this time. So, if we want to join this for free, we hit the attach. I'm going to title this 1880 Gardini. Whoa, I can't spell. Baptism We're going to select a person. We're going to go down over here, as you should be able to see. Name for Pecoraro. There we go. Automatically connects it. You can put her parents in, Salvador Pecoraro, Caterina Balsamo. We'll add them to it also. We'll go down here. I hope you can see it. We're going to hit next. Leave a little note. Everything matches. We're going to hit attach. Source successfully attached to 3 people. So we go back over here. We started with 12 sources. We're going to hit refresh. And we got 13. And then we can see we've got the Garini baptism right there for free. So we're also able to do free searches. So if we go down here, search records, we're going to open that up right there. We hit family search. I can exit out of that. We can get free documents, okay? That's what we're talking about here today. Ninfa Pecoraro, birth about 1881. This is a passenger list. So not only do you get passenger list and Ellis Island type stuff, but you can get birth records, as we just saw. We get marriage records, and we can get death records. So we can get all that stuff. So there's a few here. Not everything's going to match, but you know, usually at the beginning, you're going to get the best matches. So we'll take a look. I've already got this attached. But this is the Ellis Island record. So we see here Ninfa Pecoraro. And it is 1909. So this is an Ellis. I'll go down here. Take a look at that document. This is the town. You see Garini, and she's gonna, her mother, Caterina Balsamo, that's what we know. This is the right one. We see here, Vincenzo Randazzo. This is her son. This is my grandfather's fratello. And if we go here, they're going to Brooklyn over there. That's where they immigrate. So, good example of how we can get some really great records for free on Family Search. Tip number 2, vital statistics. Now, this is just one of many, many, many. Now, I know, so my maternal side were Sicilian immigrants, but my paternal side of the family were also immigrants. Well, we're in the United States, so, you know, nation of immigrants. And so the Irish and the Scots came in initially from Scotland and settled in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. So this is where I've gotten some of the documentation. You can get census records also, so you can plug names in over here. Unfortunately, like if you're in New York, it's great that we have the 1892 census because the state census, because the 1890 federal census was destroyed. So that is a bonus. However, in New York, you're usually going to have to pay for all the vital records. So this is free, a lot of these records here, because this is going back 100 years or more, 100 plus years. So a lot of this stuff is free. Some of them you do have to pay for, but a lot of it is for free. Another free site that I've used, because I have an Irish great-grandmother. Yes, Mary Moriarty is my paternal great-grandmother, and she was from Newfoundland. So if you are, so if you're from the Avalon Loop, or you're a Moriarty from the Avalon Loop, there in Newfoundland, or the Avalon Peninsula, the Irish Loop, actually, I apologize for that, then we're probably related. So I was able to get a lot of information on the Moriarty line by going to this website, ngb.chabuco.org. I'm going to make it easy for you. You don't have to listen to me to get that website. But this has the Newfoundland census records. And this is great because unlike the United States, where all we can get is up to 1940, which was fairly recent just for that, we're able to get 1945. So you wouldn't think those extra 5 years is that big a deal, but it is. And what's great about this is it's searchable. So I can just put in my great-great-grandfather. We could do a search, and it pulls up wherever Joseph Moriarty is showing up. So this is free, and there are a lot. All you have to do is just do a simple search, and you can find the county vital statistics, and you should be able to, at least especially when you're going back far enough, you can get free records. So again, all free. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is find a grave. Findagrave.com. All this is, again, free. So you can plug names in here, and let's see, we'll type in my Nona. And there we go. Caterina Gargaiano, my mia Nona. And you can see that. Again, all free. Now, this is not the best example that I could have given you here, because a lot of times they'll put the obituary down here, or they'll put a whole lot of other information. A better example would be this, Vito Pisano from Garini, Sicilia. He is a cugino. And look at this. Look what they did over here. They listed the children, that they had 10 children born in Garini, Sicilia. So we have a lot of birth and death dates here, and then they also give. Oh, look at this! We got pictures over here: Croce, Pisano, and Mariana. So there's a wealth of information we can get just on Find a Grave. Again, all free. So we could add a lot of people to our tree with just this, because we got 10. We can then get their children, get the spouses. You can see it could just start taking off, and it seems sometimes, it may be a little overwhelming with how much information you can get. Again, all free. And tip number 4, I know Google, but Google is, you don't necessarily have to use Google. You can use other search engines. You can use DuckDuckGo, but Google is got a wealth of information that we can get. Again, all for free. So I was following a line of mia Nona, Caterina Gargaiano, who showed here, where one of her cousins married a Farnese, and so I just did a search and looking and tracking. I was able to find this. Now, you can also get a lot of obituaries. I mean, you can almost always get an obituary after 1990 in here for free, which is what's important. So I was able to find this, and it gave me a tremendous amount, not only a tremendous amount of information, and he was actually born 1917 in Garini, Sicilia. 1914. It gave me all this information about his life. So Andrew Nino Farnese. And his family immigrated, unlike my family, they immigrated to Philadelphia. And he was this is a lot of information about this. He just had an incredible life. A lot of things that he did. He was in World War II. He was a special deputy attorney general in Pennsylvania. So, kudos to, so they actually named this symposium after him. So that's just from Google, and of course that is free. So not only do we get things like this, but we also get obituaries, and we can get other information that can lead you to other free sites to get more information about our family. And a bonus tip, I know you're probably reeling already from the Google. Again, you can use DuckDuckGo, but another great one, Facebook. I know. Facebook has been a tremendous tool to find family, not only living family, but once we find the living family, I'm able to get pictures, and I'm able to get documents. I'm able to get pieces of their tree that were missing from mine. So it's been a wealth of information. So I have descendants of Garini, Sicilia. I have a few other ones. I have Antigonish, Nova Scotia genealogy. I have 584 members. And then I have 2 closed groups, Randazzo, Gargaiano, Armetta, Pecoraro, Balsamo, Amato, family history. I'll go in a lot more detail regarding this, but I've been able to get a wealth of information for free right here on Facebook. And what I'm able to do here is meet and connect with living cousins and get stories and information I wouldn't be able to get otherwise if I was just getting records. So that has really been able to help. And I've been able to get pictures of people who traveled with my family, and I'll do a whole video about this, but I've been able to get pictures of people who traveled with my great-grandparents. And so what I'm working on doing is a video and showing and getting pictures for everybody that traveled with them from Gardini, Sicilia. And it's really able to tell a bit more of the story, a little bit more information about how they traveled and who they traveled with, and just to understand their lives just a little bit better. So those are the 4 tips, plus one bonus tip that you can use to find family and fill in your family tree, all for free. It'll get you a long way. I mean, eventually it's probably, you'll have to pay for some things, but this is, I mean, you can build a whole family tree just on this. I mean, you can put a couple of thousand easily into your family tree just by using the 4 tips and the bonus that I've discussed today. So if you've gotten value out of this video, and I hope you did, I think you did, I think you probably did, then please leave a comment, like the video, and definitely subscribe, because like I said, we've got a ton more videos coming through that we'll be getting to, including how to add 1,000 documented, verified family members to your tree in 6 months or less. So we'll have that coming up really soon. So definitely subscribe to Epic Genealogy so you don't miss that and the other videos. I'm Mark, and this is Epic Genealogy, and so till the next video, salud.